What's good? We back. Today we talk about female rapper 23 Brazzy shot and killed 10-year-old boy to get revenge on op, then bragged in song.
What's up, fam? This your boy Cut to the Chase TV. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and be sure to share this video. I got some news for you Negroes today. Female rapper 23 Brazzy shot and killed a 10-year-old boy and then went on the run. And if that ain't egregious enough, what she did while she was on the run is even worse. See, she still made videos. She was producing music talking about the case, and now they caught her ass and sentenced her to 58 years. Now she in the courtroom crying. Now she's being remorseful. Now her family is saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe she did something
That's how
like
it always
this."
goes.
And
That's how it always goes. They want to play the game, and then once they get caught, they want to go crying. Be real.
Society is mad. See, I've been paying attention to everybody's temperature. I've been paying attention to what people are saying when they cover this case. They mad as hell. They can't seem to fathom how a 10-year-old boy can get caught in the crossfire. I'm not one of those people. See, I always say this. If you want to be a gang member, if you want to run the streets, then just don't reproduce. Because I get tired of doing these stories about kids getting caught.
He is right. If you want to play that game, just don't make your children have that life as well. Don't have kids if that's what you're doing.
Crossfire, and then the public acting surprised. If you live a gang lifestyle, if you got ops, not only are you a target, your family a target. Not only are you a target, your girl a target. How many stories have we seen? Gangsters find a op address and they pull up in front of the house and they just fire 100 rounds inside that motherfucker. You they op. They know you got a girl. They know you got kids. But guess what? They don't care. They trying to get you, and if they can't get you, they'll take somebody close to you. How many stories have I done when we seen gangsters shoot inside of a vehicle? You they op. They know you got kids.
There's no rules in war. That's how people do this. Anything goes. So if you're going to be beefing with somebody, anything is on the table. Just know you're putting your whole family's life at risk.
They know you got a girl. They know it's a possibility that your kid can be in the back seat. But guess what? They don't give a damn. As long as they spot you, they willing to hurt you and the people around you. So I'm not acting surprised. No. Most of these gangsters didn't graduate high school. They're uneducated.
They graduated the streets. The streets, that's all they graduated. But, that's all they need.
Morality. So we need to stop faking the funk. Everybody always saying when type of stories happen, I thought children was off limits. I thought women was off limits. I thought old folks can't be targets. Hell no, that ain't true, man.
Nothing is off limits.
The streets is a very selfish place. Everybody in the streets is all about them. If you did something to disrespect them, if you did something to disrespect their dead homies, they want to inflict that same pain on you. And sometimes your children, your nephew, your niece, your mama, your grandparents can get caught in that crossfire. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, guys, I'm going to play this news clip for you guys. And it's going to break down this story some more. But what happened next is shocking. Take a listen to this.
Story that we've been following more than 2 years. A local rapper will spend nearly 6 decades in prison for shooting and killing a 10-year-old boy in Franklin. This morning, Tashonda Drayton, who goes by the alias 23 Brazzy, was sentenced to 58 years in prison for killing Lamarge Holden, who you just saw inside that car. This was in August of 2023.
Man, she got off light, to be honest. 10 years old, she should be gone for life. Give her the chair. She should be getting that electricity running through her body.
Now, let me say this, because a lot of people seen this story. A lot of people cover the story, and they get stuck at a 10-year-old boy losing his life. And they always ask the question, was he the target of the shooting? Did she try to shoot him? That don't even matter. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think she cared. I think she seen red. I think she had her eyes on a target, and she was willing to hurt anybody that was associated with the dude she was shooting at. I'm just being real. So it don't even matter, man. See,
And if she want to play that game, throw her ass away. Throw away the key. Like, what's the point of having people like this out? Willing to just kill anybody and anything just to get a target. Killing a 10-year-old.
Our problem. Every time something like this happens, we always talk about, was she trying to do it? Hey, that don't even matter in a case like this. Now a 10-year-old boy is dead based off what you decided to do. But let's continue.
Now let's bring in our Kelsey Jones. She was inside the courtroom when that sentence came down. Kelsey, the boy's family has been waiting so long for this moment. Talk about what it was like inside the courtroom after they heard the sentence.
Yeah, hey Anthony, as you mentioned, it's a story we've been following for years, a sad story at that. I mean, the courtroom was packed, tears was falling left to right from Tashonda Drayton's family and Lamarge Holden's family. This is the 10-year-old who was shot and killed. A judge sentenced Drayton to serve 58 years behind bars, and I spoke with Drayton's family after the sentencing, and believe it or not, they tell me justice was served.
Now, do y'all guys agree with that? Now, they said 23 Brazzy family received the news that she was sentenced to 58 years, and they said justice was served. Now, I know
it's better than nothing, but let's be real. The 10-year-old on their side is gone forever. 50 years don't make up for that. Like, that's going to be so much money lost, time lost, potential family lost. That kid's never going to get to have. So I don't think that makes up for it. It's something. It's better than nothing.
a lot of people want a harsher sentence. A lot of people saying a 10-year-old boy lost his life. He didn't really get to fully live his life. It was cut short. His life was stolen from him. And all she got sentenced to was 58 years. That means she'll get a second chance at life. She might be old as hell, but she'll get a shot at a second chance of life.
Yeah.
I want to know how you guys feel about it. Because I got mixed feelings about it. 58 years, that's a hefty sentence, but I seen niggas get sentenced more for cocaine. I'm just being real with you. You take out a 10-year-old boy, y'all always up in arms, y'all always saying how y'all don't like it. Maybe we need to start giving these people harsher sentences. That's all I'm saying. 58 years, you get paroled in a certain amount of years. I'm just saying, man. Let's continue.
You know, Tashonda Drayton, also known as her rap name 23 Brazzy, was sentenced to 93 years on numerous charges, including
Her rat name. I don't know. She said her rap name or her rat name.
years for second-degree murder. However, with suspended time, she'll serve 58 years. This all.
Now let me stop. That don't look like no female. They keep calling that a her, but that don't look like no female.
It looked like a stud. That's a female. You could tell. She grew out her hair. It looked like a girl. But I see what he mean. It do look a little bit like they look kind of similar. They actually look. Look at that. If he shaved his beard, mustache, yo, they look exactly alike. Yo, they look exactly identical. Look at them. Damn.
I know what a stud is. I know some females portray themselves as men, but I'm looking at this young. This is a young man. That ain't no female.
Nah, he right. I see what he's saying. I see. Cause they look exactly alike.
I don't believe like this person was born with the opposite anatomy than me. I'm just being real.
Sinus or reconstructive surgery, we deliver life-changing outcomes.
Okay.
But let's continue.
And from the shooting death of 10-year-old Lamarge Holden, who was shot and killed back in August of 2023. Drayton was then on the run for 10 months after. If you remember, I spoke exclusively with U.S. Marshals moments after Drayton's arrest back in June of 2024. After the sentencing, Holden's family agreed to speak with me, but then a back-and-forth exchange transpired between Holden's family and some of Drayton's family members outside the courthouse. Drayton's mother still shared this message for the Holden family. Take a listen.
We really sincerely apologize, remorseful. There's nothing that can bring that little baby back.
Yeah, Anthony, I also spoke with the sister. You were supposed to hear that earlier, but she tells me also that she believes that the sentencing was fair and that she believes, too, that her sister, Tashonda Drayton, did take accountability in this case, but obviously a very sad situation for both families. For now, live in Southampton
I guess
County, I'm Kelsey Jones, WTK.
in a way it's kind of fair because if the 10-year-old was not the intended target, then it is an accident. But regardless, that doesn't really matter who's the intended target. So it's also not fair. It's like, should be harsher.
Now, 23 Brazzy family is saying she took accountability. They think the sentence was fair, but I disagree. I don't think 23 Brazzy took accountability. And she was taking accountability the moment she found out that a 10-year-old boy lost his life. She would have turned herself in, but no, she decided to go on a run for 10 months.
Bro, that is crazy. That's a girl though. Like, what? The way that she's moving, looking, she looked like a man.
Recording music, she was making videos about the situation. Kind of seemed like she was a little bit mocking it. You get what I'm saying? So now when she get caught, her family is saying she took accountability. No, you had no choice but to take accountability. You finna get sentenced. You want the lightest sentences possible. So yeah, I'll shed some crocodile tears. I'll say I'm sorry just so the judge won't throw the book at me. So she played it smart. And I don't like how when these criminals do things, we leave it up to their family to speak on their behalf. We start trying to hold their family accountable. The family had nothing to do with it.
Yep.
23 Brazzy mama had nothing to do with it. But guess what? She got to stand in front of the courtroom and she have to speak. She have to apologize for her daughter's action. She have to speak to the 10-year-old boy family because everybody is saying your family member took out a 10-year-old boy and they don't want that heat on them. So of course they got to come out and face the music. All because 23 Brazzy was too cowardly to do it. I'm just being real. And another thing I want to speak on is the intent behind this crime. Because we know the facts. 23 Brazzy got into it with a 37-year-old man. The altercation spilled out of control, and she started shooting like she was Rambo. She ended up hitting the man, and she ended up hitting a 10-year-old boy that was with the man. And many people were saying, was it her intent to kill the 10-year-old boy? And my response is, I don't know. Because when you look at the facts of the case, when you look at the news article, she knew the boy was there, and she still decided to be negligent and fire all these rounds. Let me read you guys this news article. Boom! It say women sentenced to 58 years in prison after murdering. After murdering 10-year-old boy in Virginia. Let me see. Tashonda Drayton was sentenced to 58 years after pleading guilty to second-degree murder for the 2003 shooting death of 10-year-old Lamarge Holden. A Franklin woman who spent months on the run before her arrest has been sentenced to 58 years in prison for the shooting death of 10-year-old Lamarge Holden. Come on. Tashonda Drayton, who also goes by the rap name 23 Brazzy, pleaded guilty earlier this year to charges stemming from the deadly shooting. She appeared in court on Tuesday, where a judge handed down the 58-year sentence for second-degree murder, malicious wounding, attempted first-degree murder, discharging a firearm in an occupied building, and use of a firearm in a felony first and second offense. Investigators said the shooting happened on August 9, 2023, when 4 people arrived at a 37-year-old man's home in Franklin. Drayton and the man got into an altercation outside the house, which escalated until Drayton opened fire. Both the man and young Lamarge were shot. The man survived, Lamarge did not. After the shooting, Drayton disappeared, prompting a lengthy regional manhunt. U.S. Marshal ultimately arrested her in June 2024. Yeah, they put out that $20,000 reward, and you know how the streets go. Everybody starving. Everybody living in poverty. Motherfuckers on Section 8. And they see that $20,000 reward, so yeah, they gonna turn her in. You get what I'm saying? And what she did while she was on the run, she was still producing music. She was still rapping about it. She was still making videos. So all that accountability, let's throw that out the window, man. She thought this was a game until they finally caught her ass. But let's continue reading. She was initially charged with first-degree murder before accepting a plea to second-degree murder. Drayton admitted in court that her actions led to the boy's death. Lamar's family, who previously spoke out about their heartbreak, said they have been waiting more than a year for justice. With today's sentencing, Drayton will spend decades behind bars for the crime. Now, y'all see that? 2 people's lives are ruined. The little boy lost his life. His family is torn apart. His family is hurting. And I don't think they ever get over that. And then you got 23 Brazzy. Wanted to be a rapper. Had a lot of...
What a waste of life. Like, she could have just done her thing, made music, stayed out the way, been successful. Kid would still be alive. What a waste. What is the point?
But she decided to pull a firearm in an altercation and use it.
My energy, my confidence. So I turned to my Houston surgeons, experts in cosmetic, reconstructive, and sinus surgery. They restore what...
Well, that's it. That's pretty messed up, yo. This 23 Brazzy lady needs to be locked away forever. Like, that just makes no sense, but... Alright, I'll catch y'all with another video.